I'm doing is creating an I-beam. These will be formed to this contour, put on top and welded on both sides, and it'll create an I-beam shape. And rather than to go under here and try to weld it, I'll poke some holes through here that will be in the center of this piece. When I lay it over the top, I just weld right into here. It'll burn from here into that piece and attach them. And I need to drill some holes at 2-inch increments so I can weld it. So I'm just going to lay it out real quick. Drew a black line on there. This is a precision measuring instrument, and I'm going to use it to scribe this with, but this is an old pair of calipers that I've had for quite some time, and I sharpen the tips of them so I can use them for a scribe. So I just set it at half the width of this piece of plate and scribe a line down the center. Now I'll just center punch a hole every 2 inches approximately. This is a spring-loaded center punch. They're pretty handy. You can do it one-handed, don't need a hammer. And I'll just tap them a little bit more. Give myself a little bit better divot. That's a small one. There we go. 2 pieces ready to go. Now we'll go to the drill press. Good. Alright, just going to take our pieces, knock the burrs off of them real quick. These strips, try to shape them to the contour of this piece the old-fashioned way. Just got a piece of pipe in the vise here for a form, and I'll just start hammering this a little bit until start getting radius. Closer it is now, the less work there'll be later on. The radius of this forming piece I'm using is smaller than the radius of this, so it made it a little bit tight. But that's okay. Just trial and error. That's getting closer already. If you see there, I've got the holes that I pre-drilled. I line them up with a plate and then just weld into the hole, and it burns down in the bottom plate and leaves a minimal amount of weld visible on the inside. Later I'll grind all these weld tips off and you'll hardly be able to tell, because all I should have to do, since this is an outside radius, is pull this down over the radius and weld it, and it should conform right to it. I won't have to bend it or shape it anymore. Here's the first part, first side of it done. To give us the I-beam effect, there's a few places in there where you can see a little daylight between it, but I'll go in there with a hammer, pound those out. Should fit just fine. There it is. Finish dressing it out later. Smooth it all out. but it's all welded in. You can see, barely see little witness marks on the inside where it was welded. And there you have it. I was going along to draw it tight, minimize the gap in between the plate and the beam, and turned out pretty decent. Grind these welds down like I ground the other side, and then bring this to a fine point at the end, weld it, and it should be finished.